Namas Sarvebhyaha Sarvesham Hardam Swagatam. We'll start the class with the chant Shlokas. Krishno Rakshadumang Chara Chara Guruhu Krishnan Namasyamyakam Krishne Namara Shatravo Vinikataha Krishnaya Tasmai Namaha Krishna Deva Samutthidam Jagadidam Krishnasya Dasosmyakam Krishne Bhakti Rajanjalasto Bhagavan He Krishna Tubhyan Namaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraika Panaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Mritatuhe Namaha Vasudeva Sutandevam Kamsa Chanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagat Gurum Sarvesham Punaswagatam. We'll continue the chanting.
Supriya Bhagini, PV Supriya Bhagini.
Shukla Krishne Gati Yete.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hete. Shukla Krishne Gati Yete.
Kyete.
Krishna
Shukla Krishne Gati Kyete. Kya.
Krishna Shukla Krishne Gati Yete.
Kya. Hyete.
Hyete.
No, kya. That is ya. Kya.
Kuyete.
Hyete.
Ihete.
No. Ya. Hya. Hya.
Shukla Krishne Gati Yete.
Okay, ma'am. Chant, ma'am.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hete.
Kete. Okay.
Hete.
Jagatasshashvate mate.
Jagatasshashvate mate. Jagatasshashvate mate.
Ekaya yatyana vrittim.
Ekayayatya namruttim. Ekayayatya naruttim.
Vrittim. Yatyana vrittim.
Yatya naruttim.
Anyaya vartate punaha.
Anyaya vartate punaha. Anyaya vartate punaha.
Uttam. That's it. So, yes, Shukla Krishna. Last class we said that people who depart from this world, this earthly existence, in the certain periods, like the day, during fire, during the fire is there, or daytime, Uttarayanam, etc. Those who depart their soul in these periods, they don't return. Once they go, they don't return. But those who depart during night, during the Dakshinayanam, or the dark side of the moon, that period, if they depart, they will again return. They will come back again to this world. So that's what we said. So here, Shukla Krishna Gadi here. The bright and the dark. Shukla Krishna. Shukla is bright and the Krishna is the dark. These paths are deemed to be the world's eternal paths. Jagata Shashvate Mate. Kyete, these two are these two paths, that the white path and the dark path. These are the two paths. They are the paths to be the world's eternal Jagata Shashvate Mate. So these are the eternal paths, and by one man goes not to return, and another man he returns again. They two go by these paths. So one who goes by the bright path, he will not return. One who goes by the dark path, he will come back to this world. So what is contained in these stanzas is a matter we have to think about. The jivatmas, that is the human beings, jivatmas, transmigrating through death. When they migrate, when their death occurs, they pass along two paths. So they are described as the path of light and the path of smoke, respectively. Smoke is Krishna, that is the dark. So the former is bright and the latter is dark. So the one leads the soul to regions higher and the other keeps him lingering and lagging behind. One promotes the person to go further, higher up in the world, in the this thing towards total liberation. Other one returns again to repeat the cycle. So what is implied here is the two paths mentioned here are the expressions of the path of knowledge and the path of ignorance. The one with the white one is the lighted one is the path of knowledge, and the other one is the path of ignorance. Knowledge means one who has understood the real Brahman, the real Brahman and his manifestations. One was realized fully, that knowledge one was got, so that person is called man of knowledge. And a person who has not been able to get that knowledge is man of ignorance. So the soul, that is the human being pursuing the path of knowledge, gets progressively into the brilliance of the Atman. He gets progressively into the brilliance of the Atman. The Atman in him, the Brahman in him will become more and more brilliant. So the man with the who is in ignorance, he stagnates and deteriorates. He is not able to progress further. So death is the indicator of the attainments of a soul in the span of life. The death will indicate how has been the type of life the person has lived in this world. So like a lamp when it is about to extinguish, it will at last moment it will become more brighter. We know that lamp when it is going to be extinguished, it will last moment will burn brighter. Similarly, a man pursuing the path of knowledge and gets more and more clear about the Brahman, of the reality. By leaving the body, he gets more and more clear, still clear of that thing. So the intensity of awareness, the awareness is more at the time of passing away, is compared with the fire, light, daytime, and the bright half of the moon. When he passes away, the awareness he gets and the brightness is compared to this light, fire that we said earlier, and the Uttarayanam, etc. And contrary to it, darkness of the ignorance in the other man becomes increasingly enshrouded. As in the other case, darkness will enshroud him. He is not clear. He has not cleared himself about Brahman. He has no knowledge of Brahman, and his path will be dark path. That's what is meant by the Shukla Krishna. So blessed are the person who pursue the path of light in their succeeding births till the goal is reached. So persons who are going through the bright path, they will go further and further, and they will finally merge with the real Brahman. The other people who are ignorant, they'll again come back and they will again gain knowledge, and progressively they will also attain the final stage. This is what Bhagavad says here. Shukla Krishne Gati Hyete Jagatas Shashvate. Jagatas is your use here. Jagatas Shashvate Mate Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim. One will Anavrittim, that is, he will not return. Ekaya, through one, if a person this person departs, he will not return. But Anyaya Vartate Punaha, he will again return back to again repeat this birth, death cycle. You have to repeat. This is what Bhagavan says here. So this will continue here.
Pushpa ke Bhagini.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hyete.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hete. Shukla Krishne Gati Hete.
Jagata Shashvate Mate.
Jagata Shashvate or Shashvate, sir?
Jagata Shashvate.
Jagata Shashvate Mate.
Here,
Jagata
Ishwan Jagadashashvate. Like that.
Yes, sir. Jagata Shashwate Mate.
Yes.
Jagata Shashwate Mate.
Yes. Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim.
Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim. Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim.
Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
Anyaya Vartate Punaha. Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
Uttam.
Shall I repeat the sloka, sir?
Yes, sure.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hete. Jagata Shashwate Mate. Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim. Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
Anyaya.
Anyaya.
Hmm.
Okay. Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
Uttam.
धन्यवाद.
Kalavati Srinivasan Bhagini.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hyete Jagata Shashvate Mate.
शुक्ल कृष्णे गदिघ्येते जगतः शाश्वते मथे शुक्ल कृष्णे गदिघ्येते जगतः शाश्वते मते
Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
एकयायात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः एकयायात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः
Uttam. Gachantu.
धन्यवाद
Ilavarsi Bhagini.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hyete Jagata Shashvate Mate.
Nagamani S Bhagini. Nagamani S Bhagini.
शुक्ल कृष्णे गतिह्येते जगत् मते शुक्ल कृष्णे गतिह्येते जगत
Nagamani S Bhagini. Sambhaji Mahodaya.
शुक्ल कृष्णे गति हेते जगत शाश्वते मते शुक्ल कृष्णे गति हेते जगत शाश्वते मते
Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
एकया यात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः एकया यात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः
Uttam.
धन्यवाद सर
Lakshmi HS Bhagini.
Shukla Krishne Gati Hyete Jagata Shashvate Mate Ekaya Yatyana Vrittim Anyaya Vartate Punaha.
शुक्ल कृष्णे गति हेते जगत शाश्वते मते एकया यात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः
Uttam.
धन्यवाद
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
शुक्ल कृष्णे गति हेते जगतः शाश्वते मते एकया यात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः
Uttam. Gachantu.
धन्यवाद
Raghunath Mahodaya.
शुक्ल कृष्णे गति हेते जगतः शाश्वते मते एकया यात्मना वृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः
Yatyana Vrittim.
एकया यात्यना वृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः
Uttam. Yatyana Vrittim. That is, by one if goes, he will not return. And the other one, other path, there are only two paths. So the one path he will not return, one path he will return. So, we'll continue.
Anita Sharma Bhagini.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan.
नैति सृति पार्थ जानन् नैत्ये सृति पार्थे जानन्
Yogi muhyati kaschana.
Yogi muhyati kachana. Yogi muhyati kachana.
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu.
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu.
Yoga yukto bhavarjuna.
Yoga yukta bhavarjunaha. Yoga yukta bhavarjunaha. Nitya seti partha janana. Yogi muhayati kanchana. Tasmat sarveshu tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. Yoga yukta bhavarjuna.
Dhanyavadaha. So Bhagavan says here, these two, knowing these two paths, Naide Sriti, Na Ede Sriti Partha Janan. Partha, oh Partha, knowing these two paths, no yogi is deluded. Yogi doesn't get deluded. That is, he knows which path you will not return, which path you will return. So knowing this, the yogi is not at all deluded. Therefore, O Arjuna, be steadfast in yoga. Yoga yukto. Be steadfast in yoga at all times. Sarveshu kalishu. Tasmat, we heard number of times. Therefore, sarveshu kalishu. All times. Yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Please be steadfast in your yoga. That's what Bhagavan says here. So it's a constant process. The practice of yoga should be interminable effort. Every day, every minute, that yoga should be practiced. So all the activities in life may be transformed into the several aspects of yoga. In doing so, the yogi pursues the path of light. He pursues the path of light. So every action, every minimum, minute thing, you have to follow the yoga. So like it is compared, a ship may travel in the water, ocean. It may be traveling in any direction, but the needle of the compass will always show the north. Always show the north. Similarly, you have to, maybe in any occupation, anything you are doing, whatever maybe you are doing, let your mind be fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord, irrespective of what you are doing. Your mind be on the lotus feet of the Lord. So follow the yoga practice all times so that you can take the right path and attain the highest Brahman. So Naite Sriti, Naite Sriti, all these are dirghas. Naite Sriti Partha Janan, Partha Janan. So these are dirghas. So you must consciously chant it dirgha. Naite Sriti Partha Janan. Yogi Mukhyati Kaschana, dirgha. Yogi Mukhyati Kaschana. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Tasvat Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. To continue.
Vatsala Rajagopalan Bhagini.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan.
Naite Shruti Partha Janan. Naite Shruti Partha Janan.
Yogi Mukhyati Kaschana.
Yogi Mukhyati Kachana. Yogi Mukhyati Kachana.
Kaschana.
Kachana. Kachana. Kachana.
Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu.
Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu.
Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Malini VR Bhagini.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan. Yogi Mukhyati Kaschana.
Naite Smruti Partha Janan.
Janan.
Yogi Janan. Janan. Okay. Janan. 1 minute. Janan. Okay. Naite Smruti Partha Janan.
Sriti Dirgha.
Smruti Partha Janan. योगी मुह्यति कश्चन नैते स्मृति पार्थ जानन् योगी मुह्यति कश्चन.
Here Shruti, not Smriti, Shruti.
Okay, Smruti,
Shruti.
Shruti, okay.
Shruti.
Shruti, Shruti.
Shruti.
Naite Shruti Partha Janan. Naite Shruti Partha Janan. Tas yogi muhyati kaschana. Yogi muhyati kaschana.
Kaschana. Don't elongate it. It's Raswa. Naite yogi muhyati kaschana.
Yogi muhyati kaschana.
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna.
Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna.
Bhavarjuna, this is Mahaprana. Bhavarjuna.
Bhavarjuna. Bhavarjuna.
Dhanyavadaha.
Vinoda Bhagini.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Mukhyati Kaschana.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana. Naite Sriti Partha Janan.
Sriti.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana. Naite Sriti Partha Sriti. Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana.
Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Dhanyavad.
Sapna Baldova Bhagini.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Naite Sruti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Dhanyavad.
Anusuya Kamat Bhagini. Anusuya Kamat Bhagini.
Naite Sruti Partha. Naite Sruti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
This Naite, first pada once again.
Naite Sruti Partha Janan.
Sruti, you are like Sruti.
Naite Sruti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana. Dhanyavad Mohoday.
Hema K.R. Bhagini.
Naite Sriti Partha Janan Yogi Muhyati Kaschana Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna.
Uttam, Galchan.
Thank you.
Lalita Bhagini.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu saiva. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu saiva.
Chaiva.
Chaiva.
Once again.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva.
Daneshu yat punya bhalam pradishtam.
स्थानेषु यत्पुण्यबलं प्रतिष्ठम् स्थानेषु यत्पुण्यबलं प्रतिष्ठम्
Phalam. Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam.
स्थानेषु यत्पुण्यबलं प्रतिष्ठम्
Atyeti tat sarvamidau viditva.
अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा
Yogi param sthanamupayiti chadyam.
योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चात्यम् योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चात्यम्
So here the yogi who knows the fruits of actions like meritorious deeds attached to the study of Vedas, when you who studies Vedas, sacrifices, austerities, tapas, and everything, and gifts. He is giving gifts, all these things. The yogi who knows these things, and he should transcend above that. This is not the final thing. This is not the tapas, yajna, doing austerities, all that. He should go over that. He should transcend that, that is, come over that, and then only he will attain the supreme spiritual goal. So if he has not realized that it is the Brahman, which is there everywhere, it's only Brahman, and that sort of a realization is not there. These things are all there, like doing tapas, japa, tapa, and all that, but he has to overcome all that and have that real Brahman in his vision always. So we started with 7 questions in this. We started this chapter. Kim tad sati daivam atidaivam atiyatnyam, like that we started 7 questions we started, and Lord has answered all them. And he who understands the explanation understands Akshara Brahman. So he has if he has understood these things, he knows what is Akshara Brahman. That is that imperishable Brahman. So the regular chanting of the Vedas, the correct performance of the ritualistic yajnas, the ardent doing of the austerities, and the relevant payment of gifts. You have to give gifts to the Brahmins or to the people. So are all meritorious and conducive to the attainment of Swarga or heaven. It is conducive to those things, isn't it? But the high state, this high state also comes within the wheel of birth and death. Whatever in these activities you have been doing, continue to do, but it again come under the category of the returning. You have to return back. There is no ultimate release from this birth and death cycle. You have to come back again, maybe in a better way. You will understand better, and you'll have a better this thing, but you have to continue with this. But on the other hand, the intellectual grasp of the Akshara Brahman, if you have got that grasp of the Akshara Brahman, what is Akshara Brahman? If you have got that, and attuning oneself to attainment of him steadily leads one towards the supreme goal. So realizing, having that perfect knowledge of Akshara Brahman, and turning oneself for more and more aligning himself with that, he is likely to get over this cycle of birth and death. So yeah, it is blessed is the yogi who is working towards his primeval abode. That's the final ultimate abode. So he is blessed, very much blessed. So this is what Bhagavan says in this sloka. So there is no harm in doing all these tapas, these gifts, doing ritualistic practices, okay, but they have a limit is there. Even if one does all that, you'll have to return back. There is no going released from this birth and death cycle. Only the knowledge and aligning with that knowledge, that is Brahman knowledge, Akshara Brahman knowledge, imperishable Brahman, that will take you directly to the supreme abode of Bhagavan. What Bhagavan says here. So Vedeshu Yajneshu Tapassu Chaiva. Vedas, learning Vedas, tapas, doing yajnas, tapas, etc. Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. Daneshu danam, and this whatever punya phalam you get. Atyedi tat sarva midau viditva. Knowing all these things, that is the limitations of these all these activities. Yogi param sthanam upaiti chatyam. Knowing all these limitations of all these activities, yogi will concentrate on that Brahman to attain that supreme abode, which is the final. That is, there is no return back. This is what Bhagavan says here. So here, tapassu chaiva. Visarga is there. Tapassu is where tapassu chaiva. Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti yatat sarva midau viditva. Anuswara for bakara tat sarva midau viditva yogi param sthana upaiti chatyam. We continue.
Shri Vidushini Bhagini.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva.
Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam.
Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam.
Atyeti tat sarvamidau viditva.
Atyeti tat sarvamidau viditva. Atyeti tat sarvamidau viditva.
Yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. Yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Uttam.
Meenakshi Ramamurthy Bhagini.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva. Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam.
Vedeshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya
Agni. Daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam.
Hello?
Tell ma'am.
Dane. Oh, okay. I'm not able to hear you, Mahodaya. Okay, I'll repeat. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva yat punya.
Sriyate.
Lakshmi HS Bhagini.
She's audible. She's audible. Continue, Ramurthy.
Atyeti
tat sarvamidau viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. Atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Lakshmi HS Bhagini.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidau viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvamidau viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
Lakshmi Kiran Bhagini.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रतिष्ठम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदौ विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्
Ambaji Mahodaya.
वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत् पुण्यफलं प्रतिष्ठम् अत्तेति तत्सर्वमिदौ विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्।
उत्तम।
धन्यवाद।
Supriya Bhagini.
ओम तत्सदिति
ॐ तत्सदिति ॐ तत्सदिति
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु
उपनिषत्सु
उपनिषत्सु
ब्रह्म विद्याया योगशास्त्रे
ब्रह्मविद्याया योगशास्त्रे
श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे
श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे
अक्षर ब्रह्म योगो नाम
अक्षरब्रह्मयोगो नाम
अष्टमोऽध्यायः।
अष्टमोऽध्यायः
उत्तम।
Pushpa K Bhagini.
ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्याया योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे अक्षर ब्रह्म योगो नाम अष्टमोऽध्यायः।
ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्याया योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे अक्षरब्रह्मयोगो नाम अष्टमोऽध्यायः।
उत्तम, well chanted. So
धन्यवाद।
I don't know, we have time for chanting one cycle.
It is still 10:37 Mahodaya.
10 minutes. You'll be able to complete.
Yes Mahodaya. Yes.
Or I will chant or they will chant.
Okay, they are all raising hands. Shall I call their name?
Let them. How much? Another about 2 minutes extra, we can finish it.
Okay, Mahodaya. Please raise your hands to chant the revise the shlokas.
All shlokas, entire chapter.
Anita Sharma Bhagini.
हरे कृष्णा दंड प्रणाम माता जी। ओम श्री परमात्माये नमः। अष्टमो अध्यायः अक्षरं ब्रह्म योगः। अर्जुन उवाच किं तत् ब्रह्म किं तद् ब्रह्म किं ध्यात्मं किं कर्म पुरुषोत्तम आदिभूतं च किं प्रोक्तम् आदिदेवता किमुच्यते।
Okay, उत्तम।
Sapna Bhagini. Sapna Bhagini. Sapna Baldwa Bhagini.
Yes.
हमारे गुरु जी
अधियज्ञः कथं गोत्र देहेऽस्मिन् मधुसूदन प्रयाणकाले च कथं ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः।
ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः।
ज्ञेयोऽसि नियतात्मभिः।
उत्तम।
Ambaji Mahodaya.
श्रीभगवानुवाच अक्षरं ब्रह्म परमं स्वभावोऽध्यात्ममुच्यते भूतभावोद्भवकरः विसर्गः कर्म सन्नितः। धन्यवाद।
लक्ष्मी HS भगिनी, लक्ष्मी HS
अधिभूतं क्षरो भावः पुरुषाश्चाधिदैवतम् अधियज्ञोऽहमेवात्र देहे देहभृतां वर।
वत्सला भगिनी,
अन्धकाले च मामेव स्मरन् मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति सत्त्वद्भावं यादि नास्त्यत्र संशयः।
याति याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः।
याति नास्त्यत्र संशयः।
संशयः
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 संशयं संशय
संशयः संशयः।
रघुनाथ महोदय, कंटिन्यू भगिनी।
अन्धकारे च मामेव स्मरं मुक्त्वा कलेवरं यः प्रयाति समद्भावं यादि नास्तत्र संशयः।
रघुनाथ महोदय, रघुनाथ महोदय,
ययौ वापि स्मरन् भावं त्यजन्त्यन्ते कलेवरं त्यजत्यन्ते कलेवरं तन्तमेवैति कौन्तेय सदा तद्भावभावितः।
अनसूया कामत भगिनी, अनसूया कामत भगिनी, अनसूया कामत भगिनी, इलवर्सी पनीर भगिनी।
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु मामनुस्मरयुध्य च मय्यर्पितं मनो बुद्धिः मामे वैश्यस्य संशयं मय्यर्पितं मनो बुद्धिः मामे वैश्यस्य संशयम्।
अभ्यासयोगयुक्तेन चेतसा नान्यगामिना परमं पुरुषं दिव्यं याति पार्थानुचिन्तयन्।
मालिनी विहार भगिनी,
कविं पुराणमनुशासितारा मनोरणीयां समनुस्मरद्यः सर्वस्य दात्तरा मच्चिन्त्य रूपा मादित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात्।
Practice, ma'am. This is Kavim Puranamanushasitaram Anoraniyam Samanusmaridyaha Sarvasya Dhataramachintya Rupam Aditya Varnan Tamasaf Parastat.
I was absent on that day.
Practice,
So I am
practice.
finding it difficult. I will practice.
Listen and practice, ma'am.
विनोदा भगिनी,
प्रयाणकाले मनसाचलेन भक्त्या युक्तो योगबलेन चैव भ्रुवोर्मध्ये प्राणमावेश्य सम्यक् सतं परं पुरुषमुपैति दिव्यम्.
So,
पुष्पाके भगिनी.
यदक्षरववेद वेदविदो वदन् यदक्षरववेदविदो वदन्ति विशन्ति यद्यतयो वितरागाः यदिच्छन्तो ब्रह्मचर्यं चरन्ति तत्तो पदं सङ्गहेन प्रवश्ये.
तत्ते पदं संग्रहेण प्रवक्ष्ये.
तत्ते पदं सङ्गहेन प्रवश्ये. धन्यवाद.
मीनाक्षी राममूर्ति भगिनी.
सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य मनोहृदि निरुध्य च मूर्धन्याधायात्मनः प्राणमस्थितो योगधारणाम्.
ऊर्ध्याधायात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणाम्.
I'll try again. मूर्ध्याधायात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणाम्.
Yes.
Can I repeat, Mahodaya?
Once again, you can repeat.
सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य मनोहृदि निरुध्य च मूर्ध्याधायात्मनः प्राणम् आस्थितो योगधारणाम्.
Uttam. So we conclude here because the time is up. I feel that if you are not repeating it in the room, in your house, you have to repeat it. That's why we can clearly see whether you are chanting fluently. When you are chanting fluently, we know that you have practiced. You have to listen and practice. Spend some time, half an hour or 1 hour, spend for this, so that you revise it, continuously revise it, so that you can chant with more fluency and without mistakes. Because without repeating and practice, this will not come. So we have number of times we have repeated and we have listened to others. So that's why we are able to chant with more fluency, because a lot of effort has gone into it. So please put effort and definitely it will come. Absolutely no doubt about it. Only thing is practice is lacking. That's what I feel. So please do practice. Spend some time and practice. Dhanyavadaha. We conclude here with the Shanti mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.